Hi students, welcome to my channel Thoughts of Physics.
In the video series of moving charges and magnetism, in this class I am going to explain toroid and the magnetic field produced by the toroid. So first, what is toroid? The toroid is a hollow circular ring on which a large number of turns of wire are closely wound. Generally, the toroid is an endless solenoid in the form of a ring. That means the solenoid bend into a circular ring to form toroid. This is the toroid which is bent in the form of a circular shape. A solenoid which is bent in the circular shape, that gives the toroid. Now let us find magnetic field produced by the toroid. By using Ampere circuital law, let us find the magnetic field produced by the toroid. So for using Ampere circuital law, we need to consider Amperian loops. Now let us consider 3 Amperian loops as shown in the figure. So the Amperian loops are shown with the dotted lines. So this is the first Amperian loop. Its radius is R1, and this is the second Amperian loop. Its radius is R2, and finally this is the third Amperian loop. Its radius is R3. Now the point P is on the first Amperian loop. Point Q, which is on the second Amperian loop. Point R, which is on the third Amperian loop. These dotted lines gives the Amperian loops. Now first Amperian loop, we consider the free space inside the toroid. Inside the toroid means if you consider this toroid as like a tube of a tire. If you consider this toroid like a tube, and inner space, inner free space, in that inner free space we consider the first Amperian loop. And the second Amperian loop is taken inside the toroid, and the third Amperian loop is taken in the free space outside the toroid. Now let us find the magnetic field at the 3 points, at point P, at point Q, and at point R, and let us add the 3 magnetic fields. Let us find the total magnetic field due to the toroid. The magnetic field lines produced by the toroid are circular concentric lines. The direction of magnetic field at any point on that magnetic field line given by the tangent. So this, for example, the magnetic field produced like concentric circular lines. On that line at particular point, the magnetic field direction is given by the tangent. Now let us find the magnetic field due to the toroid at the 3 points, at point P, at point Q, and at point R. Now, so at point P, the point P is on the first Amperian loop, which is inner free space. Now the radius of the Amperian loop is R1. Inner Amperian loop is R1 as shown in the figure. So let small n be the number of turns per unit length of the toroid. Per unit length, the number of turns is small n. So I be the current flowing through it. I is the current flowing through the toroid. That is the current flowing per unit turn, the current I. For each turn, the current is I. In all the turns, same current is flowing. The current passing through the turn is I. So B1 is the magnetic field along the loop 1. So along this loop 1, B1 is the magnetic field. Now according to Ampere circuital law, so the closed integral B bar dot dl bar. Now we are applying this B bar dot dl bar for the loop 1. Along the loop 1, the magnetic field is B1 and dl. dl is the small length element. So if you consider the integral dl means the total length of this loop. The total length of this loop becomes 2 pi r1, because r1 is the radius. The circumference of this loop becomes 2 pi r1. That's why along the loop 1, the magnetic field is B1, and the integral dl for the loop was 2 pi r1, because r1 is the radius of the inner loop, that is loop 1. Now, but loop 1, it carries no current. So the loop 1 does not enclose any current. So applying Ampere circuit law. So for the loop 1, line integral of b bar dot dl bar is equal to b1 into 2 pi r1. That is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. Mu naught times the current enclosed. So for the loop 1, the current enclosed is 0. So that's why b1 is 0. So the b1 is the magnetic field along the loop 1, that is 0. Now let us say B2 is the magnetic field along the loop 2. So this is the loop 2 of radius of the loop 2 is R2. R2 is the radius of the loop 2. This second dotted line is the loop 2. Along the loop 2, the magnetic field is B2. Now the line integral of b bar dot dl bar at loop 2 is equal to, along the loop 2, the magnetic field B is B2, and dl bar, integral dl bar means the total length of the loop 2, that is 2 pi r2, because circumference of the circular loop is 2 pi r and radius of the second loop is r2, so that's why 2 pi r2. Actually it is b bar dot dl bar means b into dl into cos theta. So theta is equal to 0 degrees, because the magnetic field, already we have discussed that the magnetic field at any point along the tangent of the magnetic field line, that means the length element and the magnetic field both are in the same direction. That's why theta is equal to 0. That means line integral of b bar dot dl bar for the loop 2 is b2, b is b2, and the integral dl is 2 pi r2. Now the current enclosed by the loop 2, the total current enclosed by the loop 2 is equal to total number of turns into current in each turn. Total number of turns means small n is the number of turns per unit length. Small n is the number of turns per unit length, and the total length of the loop 2 is 2 pi r2 circumference. So if you take the loop 2 like this, the total length of the loop 2 is 2 pi r2. Now the total number of turns for this 2 pi r2 circumference is n into 2 pi r, n into 2 pi r2. Now for example, if you consider this toroid like this, so for this portion of this length we have 3 turns. We have shown like that. For example, this portion of length having 5 number of turns. Similarly, if you consider the total circumference 2 pi r, which is having so many number of turns. Similarly, for the loop 2, its radius is r2. Its circumference becomes 2 pi r2. So now, if number of turns per unit length is small n, means for the total length 2 pi r2, the total number of turns becomes 2 pi r2 into n. Per each turn the current is I. Now this is the total current for the loop 2. Now according to Ampere circuit law, B2. So line integral of b bar dot dl bar for the loop 2 is B2 into 2 pi r2, that is equal to mu naught times the total current for the loop 2. That is 2 pi r2 circumference into total number of turns per unit length into current through the turn. Now here 2 pi r2 get cancelled, and B2. So the magnetic field for the loop 2, that is equal to mu naught Ni. This is the magnetic field inside at point Q. At point Q we consider. So if B3 is the magnetic field along the loop 3. So along the loop 3 is this outer loop, outer free space. Along the loop 3, the magnetic field, let us say B3. That means at a point R. The point R is along the loop 3. At point R, the magnetic field is B3. Let us say B3 is the magnetic field along the loop 3. Now, so the line integral of b bar dot dl bar along the loop 3, that is equal to B3, because the magnetic field along the loop 3 is B3, and integral dl, the total length of the loop 3 is 2 pi r3, because the radius of the loop 3 is r3. Now the total circumference of the loop 3 is 2 pi r3, then it becomes 2 pi r3. Now at the loop 3, if you consider the loop 3 here, so the outer point, at the outer point, the current entering into the toroid is equal to the current leaving the toroid. Now both are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. That means that both the current get cancelled. The net current is 0. Now, so around the loop 3, the net current enclosed by the loop 3 is 0. The loop 1 encloses 0 current, but for the loop 3, the current entering into the toroid is equal to the current leaving the toroid. So the net current across the loop 3 is 0. So that's why the loop 3, the total current enclosed is 0. That is, line integral of b bar dot dl bar is equal to b3 into 2 pi r3 is equal to mu naught times the current is 0. Then b3 is 0. So b1 is the magnetic field at the inner free space of the toroid at point P. b2 is the point, b3 is the magnetic field at a point inside the toroid at a point Q, and b3 is the magnetic field at a point R, which is on the outer free space, which is on the loop 3. Now the total magnetic field is equal to the vector sum of the individual magnetic fields. B bar is equal to b1 bar plus b2 bar plus b3 bar. So 0 plus mu naught Ni b2, the magnetic field inside the toroid, plus 0. That is, the total magnetic field B bar is equal to mu naught Ni, where mu naught is the permeability of free space, N is the number of turns per unit length of the toroid, and I is the current passing through the toroid. So this is about toroid and the magnetic field produced by the